Details of these stories and many more, including some stories in the world of business, international sports and entertainment coming up in the next 1 hour. Do stay with us. Now, the news in detail. President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo has addressed the nation on measures his administration has taken to intensify the fight against the COVID-19 pandemic. According to him, vaccination was the surest way of mitigating the impact of a pandemic which has ravaged most parts of the world.
I know many of you have planned either to host or attend a number of gatherings such as religious events and activities, funerals, weddings, concerts, musical shows, festivals, anniversary, sporting events, family gatherings, and parties. Nonetheless, we should be guided by what transpired last Christmas, where there was a sharp spike in the number of COVID infection cases and deaths in the immediate months of January and February 2021. We should avoid the repetition of such a scenario after this year's celebration. We do so by ensuring that social events are held in open spaces, ensuring that attendees wear masks, ensuring that social distancing is observed, observing enhanced hygiene protocols such as hand washing and the use of sanitizers, and encouraging attendees as much as possible to come vaccinated. In as much as our active cases are now relatively low, the wearing of masks, unfortunately, remains low, and compliance with the safety protocols is still problematic. Whilst government does its part to secure the necessary numbers of vaccines to help vaccinate all Ghanaians, we cannot afford to disregard the social distancing, hand washing, mask wearing, and enhanced hygiene protocols that has brought us this far. They must continue to be a part and parcel of our daily lives and routines. Contrary to the mischief being peddled by some, getting vaccinated will not cause you to vote for the MPP in the 2024 elections if you do not want to. This is an outrageous claim. Vaccination cannot change your political preferences. That is not its purpose.
Now, on the closure of countries and exit point, he added that it would rather be safe to keep them closed till further notice.
To my fellow Ghanaians living along the borders of our nation, I know of the difficulties occasioned you by the closure of our borders. As you know, the decision to close our borders, which are a source of livelihoods to many, was necessary because we wanted to limit the importation of the virus into the country. We're monitoring the level of threat of the disease and ongoing vaccinations in our neighboring countries. And as soon as we are satisfied that it is safe to do so, the borders will be open. Until then, I believe this is not the right time to reopen our land borders, especially as we're determined to prevent a fourth wave. And as such, they will remain closed until further notice.
So, on a local front, former Member of Parliament for Binduru constituency, Dr. Robert Kuganablem, has slammed President Akufo-Addo for charging the European Union to make COVID-19 vaccines available to all countries in the world. According to him, it is high time Ghana started producing its own vaccines since the country already has the facilities and expertise.
The issue of COVID-19 and make it available. I'm not excited about this comment. I'm rather depressed. I'm saddened that His Excellency the President will go once again, the bowl in hand, begging the EU. What has happened to Ghana beyond aid? What has happened to that concept? Ghana beyond aid. Make COVID-19 vaccines available to all. Who should make it available? The president should have been talking about assist us with the technology. We have done something, we have reached where, but where you have reached, assist us to also manufacture the vaccines in our country, Ghana, such that Ghana can then become useful to other African countries and the West African sub-region. We have, since Noguchi came to Ghana, serious virologists doing a lot of work. And I believe that in some of these laboratories that have produced these vaccines, if you go, you see Ghanaians there. Why can't this technology be transferred to our laboratories so that we can also manufacture? We want somebody to cook all the time and we will eat. And you go about talking about Ghana beyond aid. It's terrible. It's terrible. And that is why we are always regarded as inferior. That is why we are regarded as inferior. We should stop begging. And they will just laugh at you. You are appealing to the EU. You think you know more than them? They know what to do with their vaccines. It's not the question of spending huge money going to travel there and then you say you are addressing them. You are wasting their time. You should have even sat at home and tell them that, look, please, I'm not coming because you have the technology, assist us. Our laboratories are world-class and we can do these things ourselves. But just to conclude, the President's call for EU to make vaccines available is like a child crying for some yogurt. Mommy, buy me yogurt. No, Ghana has gotten to a stage, Kwame Nkrumah's Ghana has gotten to a stage that we can do our own vaccines. We only need some support, because you don't go reinventing the wheel when people have already developed the technology. Give us the transfer technology for us to produce our own vaccine. This is what a statesman would be asking our European countries, not for them to manufacture and for us to go and buy.
Thank you.
The Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, Samuel Abujinapo, has assured the people of Akokrowa that government will ensure the community benefit from the mineral found in the area. He disclosed this at a meeting which was held between him, the chiefs, and the people of the area. His assurance came after the Ghana Geological Survey Authority discovered large quantities of iron ore deposits in Akokrowa, a farming community in the Oti region.
According to the Lands Minister, government is determined to provide value addition to its raw commodity and would ensure that the Ghana Integrated Iron and Steel Development work closely with the Ghana Geological Survey Authority and the community to ensure that full value chain is retained in the region and the country. He maintains that the exploration and the business of the iron will create jobs and wealth for the people of Oti and the country in general, and described the discovery as good news. He urged the chiefs and people to work in harmony to drive development to the area. In a welcome remark, the Omanhene of the Apesokubi traditional area, Okojiaman Koram II, expressed the readiness of his people to make the project a success. He also appealed to the government through the Honorable Minister to provide them with electricity, schools, hospitals, and other amenities to help relieve the people, while commending the President of the Republic for the creation of the Oti region, which has long been on the drawing board. The according to the geological investigation, is 55.22 weight% and of a higher grade.
Meanwhile, the Minister for Parliamentary Affairs, Mensa Bonsu, has defended the imposition of an e-levy, stating that the country must look for internal resources to help develop social amenities, since Ghanaians are against government borrowing from international bodies.
Inwards and mobilize revenue to develop our country, because nobody will develop this country for us than Ghanaians themselves. And this observation came from the engagement that we had with civil society organizations in the year 2020. The emphasis was, the observation was on the low levels of internal revenue mobilization, and that we should increase and expand revenue mobilization in the country. It is surprising, subsequent to this, that government now steps forward to say that, look, the cost of borrowing has escalated, no thanks to COVID, and the fact also that our debt to GDP ratio has escalated, again, no thanks to COVID. So we must look inwards to mobilize resources from the country to develop, to build our roads, to build clinics, health facilities, to build educational facilities, to deliver potable water. And one of the ways to do this is by the introduction of e-levy. And people say, no, we will not allow you to borrow outside, we will not allow you to also raise revenue from inside this country. So where are we going? Do you want development or we don't want development? Do we want our roads to be built or not to be built? I keep saying, the cost of road construction and road maintenance has escalated over the past 20 years. Why? Because over the past 20 years, just 20 years, the road network of this country has doubled. When President Kufuor took over the administration of this country, the total road network in this country was 39,000 kilometers. When President Kufuor was leaving the scene, the road network had almost doubled. From 39,000, that increased to 69,000 over 8 years. There were roads in the countryside that were not part of the national road network. Kufuor, it was who brought all of them into one basket. So feeder roads was enriched, and we had huge number of kilometerage added to our feeder roads. It's how come the road network increased from 39,000 to 69,000. The NDC assumed the reins of power. They added on to that. From 69,000, it went to 73,000. An increase of 4,000 additional kilometers. Akufo-Addo's first 4 years increased from 73,000 to 78,000 kilometers. So over just 2 decades, from year 2000 to 2021, the road network has increased more than 100%. We need to.
Thank you for watching Pan-African News with me, Ivy Abnati Dinakite. We have more stories for you after the short break.
information.
But ask.
Me, I have still not got the money for that list of expensive building materials you sent to me. Ross have been increased too much, are they?
Madam, relax. Look, that's not why I didn't call you. I just visited IPCP, where the engineers told me everything about Trasacco fast floor.
Trawanko, please, those people are expensive. Are they not the people building those big houses in town? I beg those guys.
Madam, in fact, I used to think the same until I visited their office today, and they gave me an estimate of cost. No, the estimate is real. It's cheaper than the one I even sent you.
Wow.
Building contractors, foremen, masons. Visit IPCP, the Trasacco Fast Floor. Engineers will assist you build an affordable, faster and stronger building.
Oh, madam. It is done.
Wow.
Trasacco Fast Floor. Stronger, faster and affordable.
This is a Trasacco construction product.
It's the most wonderful month of the year, and Ridge Royal Hotel will make it even more superb. Join Let's welcome our brothers and sisters from the diaspora to the historic city of Cape Coast, where it all began. The celebration train begins with a Farmers' Day afternoon jam on December 3 featuring Chirampon Traditional. The Wakanda One City of Return Trade Expo is on from 6 to 12 December. 22nd December is Osabrema Ridge Royal Carol service, and on Christmas Day, the Trinity Music Group will treat you to a fabulous poolside praise. Now 27 December Z, or the first of its kind fishermen and fishmongers bash at the pool area. Z is also 31st night will be a rollicking time as we enjoy the King's New Year Gala night with the Rock Factory. Truly, December at Ridge Royal Hotel is richly inviting and comfortably yours. Get involved.
futur de l'Afrique, Monsieur le Président?
C'est dur.
It's very difficult.
Il y a encore beaucoup de combats à mener.
There are still many struggles to fight.
Mais nous sommes là pour les mener.
We have a to create
de l'Afrique.
Okay. To create an economic base of an African Renaissance, of a new African Renaissance.
Je me souviens, quand j'étais encore président, ma dernière réunion au niveau de la CEDEAO, c'était à Abuja.
I remember when I was president, my last meeting for ECOWAS was in Abuja.
J'avais dit ceci à mes pairs.
I shared this with my colleagues, presidential colleagues.
En Afrique de l'Ouest, il y a beaucoup de pays où le courant se coupe. On n'a pas beaucoup d'électricité. Et pourtant, nous avons de l'uranium pour faire le courant.
I share with them that in the sub-region, many countries do not have access to electricity. That the electricity
nous avons de l'eau.
We have water.
Nous avons l'un des plus grands fleuves de l'Afrique, le Niger.
We have one of the biggest river of Africa, the Niger River. They reach out to Great Britain, they reach out to China. saying, come and help us build a factory, but we're not thinking about coming together to do it.
That's all on our local.
Relative to 11.6 for non-food inflation, indicating that 1.5 with food inflation 13.1 and non-food inflation 11.6. For both categorizations, that is for food inflation and non-food inflation, the relative inflation that we've recorded for the month of November 2021 are higher than the rates that were recorded for last month, that is in the case of food inflation, which stood at 11.5, and also higher than the rolling average, that is from December 2020 to November 2021, which stood at 10.4. In the case of non-food inflation, the rate recorded for November 2021 is equally higher than the rates recorded for last month, that is October 2021, and the rolling average, that is December 2020 to November 2021, with respective inflation for non-food inflation standing at 11.0 and 9.3.
To program to to submit a localization program for the recruitment and training of Ghanaians for the approval.
It's the
Hello, information.
Barasco.
Me, I have still not got the money for that list of expensive building materials you sent to me. The price of the iron rods have been increased too much, are they?
Madam, relax. Look, that's not why I even called. I just visited IPCP, where the engineers told me everything about Trasacco fast floor.
Trawanko, please, those people are expensive. Are they not the people building those big houses in town? I beg going to
Madam, in fact, I used to think the same until I visited their office today, and they gave me an estimate of how much it will cost. Yomo, the estimate is free. It's cheaper than the one I even sent you.
Wow.
Building contractors, foremen, masons. Visit IPCP, the Trasacco Fast Floor. Engineers will assist you build an affordable, faster and stronger building.
Oh, madam. It is done.
Wow.
Trasacco Fast Floor. Stronger, faster and affordable.
This is a Trasacco construction product.
international news. The excess summit of the Bolivarian Alliance for the Peoples of America, People's Trade Treaty, was held in Havana, Cuba, on December 14 with the participation of heads of state and ministers of the member countries.
During the summit, cooperation, solidarity, independence, and sovereignty of the Latin American and the Caribbean region. During the summit, representatives of the member nations signed a joint economic, political, and presented by Alba The post-pandemic plan includes different strategic decisions in several cases. To promote economic and social development, the bloc will reactivate several of its projects, such as Alba Agriculture, Alba Fishing, Alba Food Programs, Alba Health, Alba Cultural, strengthen intra-Alba transportation. Venezuela will relaunch its Petro-Caribe program to foster regional energy supply, promote sovereignty and defend against the interference of the United States. The bloc vowed to strengthen international presence in defense of the principles of the United Nations Charter, against blockades and the legal and
monitoring and evaluation. $5533 Kumasi and Wa. Saturdays and weekdays sessions are available. Admission is still in progress. Enroll now. Join the African professionals. AFCAP, where capacity building is our priority.
It's the most wonderful month of the year, and Ridge Royal Hotel will make it even more superb. Join Let's welcome our brothers and sisters from the diaspora to the historic city of Cape Coast, where it all began. The celebration train begins with a Farmers' Day afternoon jam on December 3 featuring Chirampon Traditional. The Wakanda One City of Return Trade Expo is on from 6 to 12 December. 22nd December is Osabrema Ridge Royal Carol service, and on Christmas Day, the Trinity Music Group will treat you to a fabulous poolside praise. The 27th December or the first of its kind fishermen and fishmongers bash at the pool area. 31st night will be a rollicking time as we enjoy the King's New Year Gala night with the Rock Factory. Truly, December at Ridge Royal Hotel is richly inviting and comfortably yours. Get involved.
Such a happy, happy song.
After beating Elmina Sharks FC at the Indom Sports Complex in a match day 8 fixture.
Midfielder Latinawako on his debut made the difference for the Phobians, who recorded a title win to return back.
The astute politician, the bench of a senior national team is weak and wants ex-players to be included in the backroom staff.
The challenge, and the challenge is to seek to revolutionize football once again in Ghana. who want to play a role in supporting your technical bench to be successful, regardless of where they come from or who they are. Seek to engage them to be able to support your technical bench. And Mr. Speaker, he knows what I'm talking about. There's been instances where they need to make critical changes. Even the supporting public will know that no, you have to change your format. But we get disappointed.
Taking delivery of a present from one of Ghana's. The gift was in appreciation of the former's invaluable contribution to the growth and development of music.
That's it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Well, that's all. Episode of Pan-African COVID-19. Lands and natural We brought you details of these stories live from our studios here, 48 Swanik. With us. Follow us on all social media platforms, on Facebook at Pan-African Television, on Instagram at Pan-African Television, and on Twitter at Pan-African Television. My name is Ivy Abnandi Nakite. Do enjoy the rest of our programs.